Play action. Wigman off his back foot. Dangerous throw.
What a catch.
And coming back to make the catch is Amari Thomas.
They really like him. Coach Prime spent a great deal of time last night talking about him. He slips down in coverage. And
after David Ndukwe was carted off on the last series. Now first down. They run on the right side. Wigman into the open field. It's a foot race. And finally forced out by Carter Stoutmeyer.
Just got to tuck that baby and not look back. It slows you down. But everybody thought Dean Connors was getting the football. Connor Wigman takes off, hides it well, and gets tracked down.
Two tight ends into the game with McGarry and Koziel. Connors zonkers his way into the end zone for 6. That's our Big 12 Operations Center. Getting a look at what they are looking at in the replay command center. And so the ruling upheld. It is indeed a touchdown for Connors. And Houston has had the ball twice. They have marched down the field twice. First drive started at the 3. This last one. This drive extended because of the pass interference on Houston on third down. Right up the gut. Simeon Price makes a house call. 38 yards. Colorado on the board.
With Allen out of the game, it's there for Colorado. They get some nice blocks between the center and 2 guards. They get by.
Snead met in the backfield. And that's going to be a loss of a couple. Hakeem Williams, the motion man. Deep drop by Staub. Throws to Welch. Juggles. Caught it. He's got space. And Welch thunders inside the 20. Finally brought down by Jalen Garner. 35 seconds to go in the half. 4-man rush. Staub. Big hole up the middle. Staub toward the end zone. Ball pops out. And it's covered up by Colorado. And it's a Buffalo's touchdown.
Teammates. Yeah, he gets... The rush didn't get there. I think he's down before the ball pops out into the end zone. But he is not going to slide. He's as tough as they come. He plays hard, and we see it on that play. But I think that one's going to be just shy of the goal line.
Well, here's the thing. Atkins,
well, I don't know. It
recovered
touched
in the end zone. But at any point, if the Wigman under center. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown is the signal.
Nice job of just kind of feeling his way for a soft spot is Connor Wigman, and they get just enough push for him to get over the goal line. And
some seams, especially vertically, straight up the gut, and he can run. So you got to keep him in the pocket, and we got to cover this a little bit longer. But we can keep him in the pocket. Well, I think we can do some good things.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
For Colorado.
Yeah, Blake Thompson, he fought his way back from a shoulder injury, but this is just a bad throw because of the pressure that the Cougars are applying on Ryan Staub. This is a forced throw.
The fake to Connors. Wigman loads up. As a man downfield, it's caught. Stephon Johnson, first and goal, Houston.
Time for a breakout game. Only 1 catch in the first 2 weeks. A little stop and go route, and he's got tremendous speed.
A gain of 54. First 100-yard game of Johnson's career. Wigman, a couple of juke moves, and that might be the dagger with 11:39.
But what a run. This is a designed quarterback draw, and he makes Hughes miss, first and then gets himself into the end zone. But Reginald Hughes, they are going to talk about that one, my man, in the film room. And then Byard as well was the second defender that he made miss. But it was all set up.
On fourth down, Staub chased. He'll run for it. He's got the first and much more. But a flag is down in the backfield.
This one could be coming back.
Cornerback Latrell McCutcheon.
On the outside, working against Xavier Hill. And just in his attempt to pass rush, kind of gets that left hand up around the face mask.
Not a lot downfield for Staub. He'll take another shot in traffic and caught by Joseph Williams for a touchdown.
Oh, what a throw by Staub. That's kind of what this offense has been waiting on. He can play inside, he can play outside, but it's the eyes with Staub looking left and then putting that one right out in front where Williams can run right under it. Well, that's throwing the football right.
Becht on the up-tempo, goes down the seam, and he's got it complete to Cooper Alexander. The redshirt freshman tight end.
I told you, the play action does what? It keeps everybody in the box. It freezes a safety. Number 15, Brandon Grill, 6'5", about 255 pounds.
Hansen the give, with the lane, and a stiff arm. Hansen with his foot on the gas, sets up first and goal. Run out by Trenton Allen Yao. Barnes took the brunt of that from Carson Hansen.
Yeah, but when you're the safety, you got to come up and you got to be the last line of defense. You've got to make the play. See, that's what a safety is. You're the safety net of the defense, and if you miss the play, what happens? It gets all the way up the sideline.
They empty it out on third and goal. Becht scrambles, takes off, and Rocco back toward the goal line, reaches out, and is Becht in? Yes, it's a touchdown! Rocco Becht uses his legs, and the first touchdown of the game belongs to Iowa State.
It's the calmness of Rocco Becht. He gets a little bit of a block from his running back, and does he extend before getting out of bounds? To me, that's a touchdown that is good. The right foot's in bounds. The left foot seems to still be in bounds as he extends the football toward the pylon.
And so Rocco Becht and Iowa State back with it with about 6 to go in the third. Abu Sama with a crease, and Sama's the home run hitter. Foot on the gas pedal, and he's out of bounds. They mark him out of bounds as Malik McConaughey.
There was nothing different than what they've done. Everybody just hat on hat. And we talked about the home run hitter.
Bramer finally involved as well on these last couple of drives. Becht, deep shot downfield for Townsend. Dropped in the bucket by Rocco Becht.
It's his best throw of the day. And look at the rainbow ball. Well, they call these the moon balls, right? Russell Wilson has done a great job in the NFL for doing these types of plays.
One that wasn't Cooper jockeying with Rucker at the other end. And now Iowa State's got first down and goal from the 4. Sama the carry. Running over the defender for a touchdown. Grown man strength from Abu Sama.
Number 6 right here. He's in your screen. Sama and him are going to meet in the middle. And watch what happens.
Butch Jones challenged both of them. Cobb stuck around. And now Rayner going to the air. Deep shot downfield for Summers. Overshot it and intercepted. Trey Bell initially hung on to it. Did he complete the catch?
It's just take a look at the end. Does he maintain possession all the way through? And an unbelievable job of going through. And that, my friends, is an interception by Trey Bell. I mean, the ability to go from defender to wide receiver all in one play. That's what you saw from Trey Bell. The extension, 2 hands out.
Here on first down, they sent Mahdi, the running back,
out wide as part of that 5 wide receiver, and Fifita will be decisive. He will run. He calls his own number into a slide across the 40-yard line.
So that's a good decision on his part.
He told us this week what he's learned in college football is how valuable every possession is. He keeps one there as McClannon, the punter, is averaging under 40 per kick, and that might be kick-catch interference. We'll see. It's a pile-up. Now, if you get blocked into the returner, you're not going to have kick-catch interference. That sideline.
Yeah, you're going to see it's his own man gets pushed into him, and then the ball hits off him, and then it's just a mad scramble. And as you mentioned, the long snapper gets in there. He's like the 4th guy in there, but watch here.
On the field was a recovery by the kicking team.
You know, that yardage he's granted, a wider portfolio. Arizona football. Here is Mahdi on the run. Into the secondary. There he goes. Ismail Mahdi down the sideline. Maldonado, the former Arizona Wildcat, saved a touchdown.
Woo-wee. They're going to bring the tight end around and up and through the middle, and watch how this offensive line washes K-State to get that hole for Ismail Mahdi. And then guess what? He puts on the afterburners. Oh, just missed getting there.
Holding penalties have been a major issue for Arizona so far this year. 1st and goal from the 15. It's a fake pitch. It's Fifita dancing back to his left. Oh, what a play! Sleight of hand! Magic from Fifita!
Fifita is going to fake it out to the back, and watch his vision. Vision goes here, then it comes back downhill, and he realizes the hole's not there, so what's he gonna do? He gonna make a play. Noah found his arc and put the foot in the ground and made that man.
He's got a 3rd down and 5 for his offense. Fifita whips it outside the hash marks. Oh, what a catch, Chris Hunter. Soft hands to the sideline. 1st down, Arizona.
That was finger licking good right there. Just on the edge of the fingertips, gets the feet in.
There's one clap. There's a second one. He'll take it this time. And he'll throw right down the middle. It's Wysong into space. 1st down, Arizona again.
They're going to run a slant. I want you to watch this guy and this guy. Watch how they come to the line of scrimmage off the fake, and it leaves up a big gap right behind them. We're talking.
Fifita charging toward the goal line. He stuck the ball out. Purnell got in front of him, and it's 4th and goal. And if this is about toughness, you'd have to imagine Arizona's going for this.
Get right back into the double sniffer formation that we talked about before with the 2 tight ends back. Noah Fifita might be about 5'9", but he was playing like he was a big back right there, putting the shoulder down a little bit. Let's see if he got that ball over the goal line when he puts it out. Oh,
awesome.
These are the stories we love to tell about these guys, man.
1st down for Kansas State. Need a score here. This is Price bullying his way across the 35. It's a gain of 12. They have 2 timeouts left and 3.5 to play with.
With 50 seconds left before the half.
With Kansas State getting the ball out of halftime, it's got to be a good punt. Salgado Medina does get it away. And this will be touched by Kansas State and Lockett, and Arizona has it. This has been a totally ridiculous final 2 minutes.
Sterling Lockett, you're going to watch him here. He's trying to get as much of this as he can, but he misjudges it. And it goes right through his hands. And Johnson on the recovery. Johnny on the spot. Oh, I know Sterling Lockett's brother, Tyler Lockett, one of the most underrated receivers in NFL history, is throwing stuff around the house right now.
His dad played in that Copper Bowl, their 1st ever bowl win. Last snap was not very good on a field goal try. Wagner will put it down. He spins it around. Salgado Medina on the way, and it's sliced on him. It's no good. It's under 2.5 yards per play the last 4 quarters of offense for Kansas State. It's a run for Brown, trying to get him into space, and he is! Chase Brown, the big play Kansas State has needed for weeks. Touchdown!
You're going to see Avery Johnson motion out, and then it's just outside zone from the rest of the offensive line. Blocking an area, not a guy. And Jace Brown, who would have thought that he would be the catalyst of running a 70-yard touchdown right out the gate? You saw the look in his eyes, JB. That was a look of give me the football.
Arizona number 21 is now wearing number 37.
Appreciate you, ref.
That wasn't worth the interruption.
Not many guys at wide receiver can do what Jace Brown just did, making the proper cuts and getting downhill on an outside zone play. That's why you gotta love football, man. You never know what's gonna happen.
3rd down and 17. He's going to zip it over the middle, and he's got it for Brown. They needed 17, and they've got a 1st down off a 19.
Too high safety look. He's going to run this post right over the top. No, when you got a guy that's hot, you got to keep feeding him the rock. Nice job right there by Avery Johnson, understanding, getting the ball up and down before the safety can get there. Beautiful route by Jace Brown.
Johnson is hit, and it looks like he's down short. Oh, they're going to say touchdown. Touchdown, Avery Johnson. He spun over the goal line. It looked like the ball was short. And this is the best look we've got to this point.
As you see, Dalton Johnson comes through, makes that hit. Right there, it doesn't look like the ball has crossed the plane. I agree with you, JB. It just depends if they determine whether or not this angle is probably our best opportunity here. There's the hit. He gets, and then he's down. Yeah. You can't clearly see the ball there, but.
You know, they can pair those looks and look at them together, right, based on the time code.
For everything I've seen, especially from the back end.
It's Motti, and he saw a crease. He takes it, thank you very much, into VJ Payne, out of bounds across the 40. Big play theater tonight in Tucson.
They're going to bring a guy across, and watch this double team here by the center. And the right guard moving big bodies. And Ismail Motti, his feet, I'm not going to lie, guys, he looks like Tiki Barber out there. He's talking to him, letting him know, hey, I'm about to mush you in the face, boy. Just getting his feet up and down and running through arm tackles.
Nunu Watley wants to throw it. He sets to throw, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Quay Moss.
You're going to see the route right here by the receiver. He's going to act like he's blocking and bleed his way down. And initially, it looks like he might be open, but he's not. He's covered, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, Nunu Watley, you cannot make that throw. But what a catch by Quay Moss. Really.
The pollsters have been a little soft on Texas Tech. Their number 21 coming in. He may actually be a lot better than that as the season prolongs. On a fly at the corner. It's Aiken. It is touchdown. How do you do?
All right, let's see if he completes the catch. I mean, this is about as perfect a throw as you can make. The ball, he has it pinned. There's a smidge, and I mean, Tim, a smidge of movement. That is going to be something they look at, but I don't know if it's enough movement. He has it pinned up against his body and the arm of the getting to the runner.
Not an easy chore either. Looking long again, Caleb Douglas.
I see your tackle for loss, and I raise you another downfield dime from veteran quarterback Baron Morton. Outstanding job, perfect placement, and feel comfortable with it.
Out of the shotgun, empty backfield. Kobe Williams, oh, look out. I don't see guys that just make you look really, really small.
Oh, yeah.
But he did.
He did.
Morton on a crossing pattern to Williams. Jacoby Williams. First down.
Let's take a look at that last play. He's just going to go on the old Texas route. He's going to go out, and he's going to come in. And Baron Morton, he trusts it and puts it right on his numbers. Nice catch there by number 20 in red, Jacoby Williams.
The trainers took good care of my partner.
Yes, they did.
Yesterday after your
Appreciate
workout.
you, Mike.
Little swing out here to Jacoby Williams. Waits for a convoy. Look at him use them. He's in there. Touchdown. The patience shown by Williams. Watch him wait for the convoy.
Watch these big fellas. The linemen at home are going to be so happy. Watch the big guys get in front. Hold on, you wait. I'm going to move these guys out of the way so you can continue to get down the field for a touchdown.
Going quickly again. And Williams trots right through. Of Texas Tech. They got it all. I mean, they've got it all.
Listed as probable coming into this one. First and goal for the Bears, knocking on the door from inside the 3. It's Washington hit at the goal line. All power. It's a touchdown.
It's a nice job by the offensive line up front. You're going to bring the tight end back across on the split zone, and that's just a nice physical run. See it right here. Look at up front. Abilene, number 68, does a nice job pushing this D tackle into the end zone. And Bryson Washington just needs a sliver of space. He can come down with it, but nice hand grab.
And here comes the tempo. And the all-league running back, Washington. They flag him down shy of the 40-yard line. A gain of 23 on the quick hitter up the gut.
There's a bevy of calls that the offensive line and playmakers know that they can go to keep it up tempo.
Washington, a huge seam. Washington inside the 20. They wrestle him down at the 10. 31 yards.
We're actually going to see from your right side of your screen, number 69, Sidney Fugard. He does a nice job pulling and getting that block to spring his running back, Bryson Washington, for that.
Second down. Robertson, snap throw off the edge and a freeway and a touchdown for Kobe Prentice.
And right there, number 3, I believe it is, Niall Perkins. He's the outside corner for this Baylor offense. You're going to see it up top, number 3, all the way at the top of your screen. As we play it down, he is the guy that has to stay outside. Watch how he tries to react and plays this inside, right? No, you're the contain. You have to stay outside.
Second and goal at the 5-yard line. Washington gets the call. Hit at the 5. Look at the strength. A man among boys. And a touchdown. One of the toughest, most hard-earned 5-yard runs you'll see all weekend.
Nice job pulling as well. You're going to see the guard pull. You're going to see the tight end motion here. And Washington get downhill. But look, contact right there at the 3. Watch him turn the legs and continue to fight to get in the.
Robertson dropping to throw. Uncorks it deep. Open. It's reeled in at the 2-yard line by Hawkins.
This is a nice job by the offensive line. He had all day to throw this. You have a stop route and a post route right.
The last 4 of the second quarter and the first 4 of the third quarter. And that has been on display here again as Knighton burrows into the end zone for a Baylor touchdown. In the first quarter, but Baylor hitting on all cylinders now before the half.
Yeah, you see Kelsey Johnson, number 12, coming from right to left. He tops down that defensive end on the split zone. And then you see Knighton, again, just physical right there. Head up with the linebacker, gets into the end zone. Well, that's actually the safety train.
It's only the second time that Robertson has been hit all day. Samford has just 1 sack. Fade route to Brown. Put it on the money. 10-yard touchdown toss. Robertson's 3rd touchdown pass today. Our new score in Waco.
Touch pass from Sire Robinson to Lewis Brown to get the Bears on the scoreboard in the second half.
He has to really work at getting lower to get under the defender. That is a very tall center. In the corner, how about that, Terrence Carter? Touchdown pass ties B.J. Simons for 6th all-time at Texas Tech.
What a great catch. Feet clearly inbounds, but how about...
Their only other loss was that TCU game, which he almost won in Herculean fashion when Morton was forced out of the game. You and I had it, you might recall, in Fort Worth. Dickey, extra effort, touchdown.
number 76, Will J. Dose, and number 9, John Carlos, around the edge to lead through. An outstanding job of kicking out and then leading up through, so you're running back.
Good starting position after the penalty from the 35, and they will get this game going with a big bang from their tailback, Evan Pryor, untouched.
They said they have 4 different running backs, and none of them have separated themselves to be the guy, and they really want to find 2.
Pryor averaging right around 5.5 yards per carry. This is Sorsby ducking and dodging his way to a little bit of space along the far side.
To turn back, but Northwestern State didn't have the bodies on the backside once he did get turned back, and Sorsby is going to do this all day. He's a really athletic running.
2-time conference coach of the year, both the Sun Belt and the ACC. Sorsby to throw for the first time, wide open out of the backfield, touchdown, Joe Royer.
Formation to one side, and it's called why hide. It's what we had when we were playing this, and really the point is that you're just trying to sneak your tight end out the back and test the.
Was Pryor on the first series. He's a decoy here. Sorsby wants to take a shot, running 3 inside the 10 to the 5, touchdown. 55 yards to Caleb Goody.
And you get Caleb Goody running free across the safety's face. Brendan Sorsby at that point is just trying to give him any bit of a catchable.
They can rack up some serious volume as far as tackles go. Out of the backfield, they swing at Walker, patient, waiting for the wall of blockers, and he is in. Plowing his way in for 6.
Head down the field. You're going to watch the right side of the offensive line. Those big fellas have to go sideways and then up the field and block guys that they're almost double the size of in some case. That's really the difference. When you're looking at why is the FCS and the FBS, or the power, making changes between drive, let's see how the offensive line handles those changes.
Pole alignment on first down, but it does not work. Swallowed up in the backfield. Rob Jackson, the 5th-year senior,
to move, but he decides to just bail out anyway and invites a sack. That's one that was not on the offensive line. That's the.
Sorsby a play fake, has all sorts of time. He will launch, post route, caught for the touchdown. Goody brings it in. They're going to say just shy of the goal line.
They're even a little bit early, but they need a contested catch guy. And Caleb Goody and both Jeff Caldwell they're capable of doing that. You're going to need to do that.
Late last week, a goal line stop late in the game against Minnesota, but they won't have it here. Royer has his 2nd touchdown, and Sorsby having himself a day. 4 touchdown passes in this first quarter.
You're going to watch on this run fake how closed everybody gets with the secondary, the corners and safeties.
Lower body injury. Pressure up the middle. He's hit as he throws. Good poise. Now the ball stripped. Scrum for the loose ball. Cincinnati thinks they have it, and they do.
He didn't secure the ball as tight as he needed to, and you get somebody coming from depth, and you get 2 guys that are peanut punching the ball.
There's a catch and a fumble. Recovered by Cincinnati. First down.
Yeah, that's just peanut punch there.
And it's a guy who knows a thing or two about peanut punch, and Antoine Peak. He was one of the best in the country last year at forced fumble.
That's how you finish a run.
Tayo in his first season, the transfer out of the MAC, jet sweep. This will be a pass as he shoveled it ahead to Isaiah Johnson, who slips and spins for 6. Looked like he was stood up. Takeaway of the year for Vite and the Cincy defense.
Yeah, just how sticky the Cincinnati blockers are is really impressive to me so far. And yes, it's a little bit overmatched personnel-wise, but that's just effort. It's not about technique. It's not.
The Coyotes and an All-American as well.
And he's a winner. I mean, South Dakota was a quarterfinalist last year, so you got to learn how to win. It's a skill, just like any other.
Sorsby makes Washington miss. He's inside the 5 for the touchdown. 22 yards, Brendan Sorsby.
Well, you still want to do that. Just don't do it too much. He didn't see anybody downfield that was open. He decided to tuck it and run, and you don't get a clean shot on the guy. That's the thing that's impressive when you watch Sorsby. It is very important to not throw your season off with one sprained ankle.
On the slant, Caldwell with the catch, stays on his feet, then he is popped as he spun back to the center of the field.
Making a cutback to open space.
First down from the 15. Walker untouched, makes a move to the 5, trying to power his way. Kept the legs churning. Touchdown, Tawee Walker, not to be denied.
That is a weight room touchdown. So Caldwell locks on his guy. Are you going to be pushing left or right? You know what? You come off, I'm going to put my hand right in your neck and go right into the end zone. That is a physical play. The Cincinnati staff wanted to see who separates themselves in this running back room. And it looks like
the heart always said to commit to a school, not a coach, and that's why he has persevered at Cincinnati. Now he'll launch toward the end zone. Perfectly thrown ball. Touchdown, Cyrus Allen.
For a while. I mean, this is waiting for the receiver to get open, delivering it exactly to where the pylon was. When you're running a corner route, you want to throw it and flatten your receiver out so he can come back to the ball.
They were all teammates at Ohio State. Chance Williams has checked into the game, and his first touch into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Giant opening. I'm just going to follow the pocket, and then when you're looking on the goal line, you're not looking for opening. Turn a bad play into an okay play.
Third down, gets rid of it quickly, slings it out to the flat. This is Johnson with the catch. Johnson into space, turns on the Jets. Isaiah Johnson to the end zone for the second time today.
Doesn't look that hard. This ball had to be put exactly in the right spot to allow him to run. It's on his front hip. Your offensive players, whether it's tight ends, wide receivers, are sticky and blocking down the field.
It should have been 41-20.
Stone Earl under pressure, tries to escape and goes down. Is sacked back inside the 30. Marcus Deal the sack for the Horned Frogs.
You're going to see it here. A lot of pressure coming on in. The little TE, that little stunt.
To go in the opening quarter. Josh Hoover throws for the outside, and it's caught. The adjustment Jordan Dwyer makes along the sideline.
It's bump and run coverage right there. Good outside release. Pushes off a little bit, makes the catch, and this kid is...
Hoover rolling out, throws for the end zone, diving, waiting for a single, yes, touchdown TCU.
A great first touchdown for the freshman. Look at that. I don't know how he corralled that.
To win the starting job at Abilene Christian. Earl looking, buying time, then throws back across the field, and a short game to Eddie Henry.
He talked about it, man. It's just, he's a different player.
Here's Jeremy Payne now in a running back. Play action from Hoover, pumps, throws over the middle open. Eric McAllister racing out across the 40-yard line. As TCU is outgaining Abilene Christian, 200-40 in total offense. A little trickery and the handoff, and it's Jeremy Payne skipping it to the outside. Breaking tackles is Payne down the sideline into the red zone.
Look at the replay. Nice little cut back right here, gets outside. Look at a stiff one. Give me a stiff two. Offensive line.
Into the end zone. Trent Battle, touchdown TCU.
Low in the shoulder. The offensive line creating the space.
Just past midway point of quarter two. Earl under pressure. Sack wrapped up and brought down.
Defensive coordinator, nice little blitz. Right up the front, and I'm not sure if that was a little mix-up on the offensive line.
A little bit inconsistent leading up to this game, but they have responded, played great, and they find the end zone again. Second time for Ed Small tonight.
Ed Small. What a story. You're going to see it right here. Look the safety off. Nice little pump fake, and then just a laser to the young freshman. Great job, too, to secure the catch. I mean, this ball is coming in. You know you're going to get drilled by the safety. You say, I don't care, man.
Nick Holt on the defensive side. Those are two high-level coordinators at an FCS school. Is tripped up and going down. It's a sack. Stone Earl tripped up by Ansel Denba.
Ansel 6'3", 305. Tracking down Stone Earl. Just barely clips his right ankle. Otherwise, Stone might have been off again.
Will spend time at USC and a number of stops. Former head coach at Idaho is Hoover on 3rd and long, and he finds Joseph Manjack. Down the sideline, Manjack for TCU, and he's run out inside the 30.
Right here, Joseph Manjack's had a couple of huge plays. You saw that release just dusted his defender to the corner route, and then a huge chunk. Remember now, TCU lost a couple super talented players at receiver, and so for them to get a guy like Manjack is huge.
Underthrown ball coming back for it. Touchdown. Jordan Dwyer for TCU. 21 yards and the fourth touchdown pass.
Like Jordan Dwyer. What a ball by Hoover, man. That just glides out of his hand. Back shoulder. Jordan Dwyer makes it look so.
For the Wildcats. Stone Earl, play action. Pressure off the edge and sacked back near the 20. Pressure off the edge. Fourth sack for the Horned Frogs.
That's just a great play call. Just at the right time. Andy Avalos dials it up. You can see it right there. Nothing for Stone Earl.
35-9 now TCU with the lead. And the kickoff from Kyler Meskey. And this is John Denman on the return for the Horned Frogs. To the outside, the freshman. 30, down the sideline, and he gets run out of bounds near midfield. Only the kicker.
Well blocked. You see the freshman leading him out, getting a nice little seal block right there. And if it wasn't for the kicker having good position.
In the corner for Abilene Christian leads them defensively and tackles, but some space, and this time connecting with Jordan Dwyer.
Looking back to Dwyer's catch, and yeah, they got a nice.
With John Denman in the backfield with him. And they'll run it straight ahead, and the freshman Denman into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. Second rushing score for the Horned Frogs tonight. So in rhythm tonight. And again, they find the end zone.
Again, it's just beautiful up front, and as a freshman.
They're going to move the ball, Utah, but if Wyoming can get stops in the red zone, that's going to help them a ton tonight.
Dampier fires over the middle. Man open, and it's caught there at the 35. Ryan Davis also came out of the portal on the throw and the catch.
Well, one of the areas that Utah has been wanting to improve on after a couple games this season is more production from the wide receiver.
A 54-yarder against UCLA. This a 43-yarder, and he knocks it through. First touch for Kyle Whittingham and Utah. 5 of 26 are opponents on third against the Utes. Trouble, and down he goes. What acceleration by John Henry Daly. A loss of 15, and that changes the whole equation as far as a field goal attempt.
Yeah, hits him on a nice spin move there on left tackle, Nathan Geiger, and only rushes 4, Utah, and John Daly's got 4 sacks on the season, make that 5 after that.
And guys, head coach Kyle Whittingham also added that by about rep 3, they knew they had something special.
Yeah, they did. First carry plays tight ends. Another big gain. This is Rogers again to the sideline and into Wyoming territory and knocked out of bounds at the 33. Andrew Johnson.
Yards, and they like to pull their tackles, and right there, a pancake by the left.
Great offensive line for Utah. It's a Joe Moore Award worthy line. This is Parker busting slow up and over, and he lands at the 46 after a 17-yard carry.
About Wayshawn Parker, and one of the words he used to describe him was a spark plug on first down.
Blitz comes. Anderson's throw, it's knocked out. John Henry Daly got the ball out, and Utah's got the ball.
Potentially right here, depending on how close you get to the first down.
Andrews in motion. Dampier breaks through to the 10, inside the 5 and down to the 2. Jones-Thomas made the stop. 23 for the junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, the transfer from New Mexico. Rogers gets in, touchdown finally for Utah. And the Utes stick it in the end zone.
Struggle for them tonight has been finishing drives. They got all the yards, This time going off tackle and
21. Dampier back, lots of time. Looking, firing, man open, caught there, and they're gonna convert. That's Bentley with the catch, and he blasts his way.
As mentioned for Aaron Bowl, defensive coordinator for Wyoming, you got to get aggressive. You can't let Dampier just sit back there.
19th play of this drive. Dampier lost the football, picks it up, looks around, end zone throw, caught! Oh, what a touchdown! Simmons got the foot down.
In the backyard somewhere, like you just mentioned, Rich.
Watch the foot. Oh, yeah, that's
Left
down.
foot's down.
That's sweet.
He's in there.
Utes. Morgan Scally. That's a pass that's picked off. Jackson Betty with the interception. He has a pick six already this year. Betty streaking inside the 40. Betty is gonna get caught at the 20 and down at the 17. Swoboda caught him.
He thought he might have got hit early. Pass interference. Kane Anderson in the pocket, pressure in his face. Overthrows Chris Durr, and how about Benny?
Against Baltimore in week 1. Dampier, shotgun, third down. End zone, caught! Buchanan, touchdown!
Pound, freshman from Henderson, Nevada. One-on-one, Dampier just throws it up and continuing to lead this football team this year.
316 total yards. Parker up the sideline gets pushed out of bounds.
Dampier motions out to the right. And we like that as running backs, Rich. Historic rivalries of college football.
The Holy War. How about this? Hunter Andrews again. They are, if you're a defensive coordinator scouting this tape, time in Laramie. Number 20, Utah. Slow start, fast finish. They are gonna get into the end zone, and it's Hunter Andrews who goes in, and they do it on the ground. Utah's offense.
Yeah, especially when you don't know if he's gonna line up. There they go, they pull.
And the noise of the Inferno coming after him from his right and twisted down for a sack. Sun Devils give up a first down, but that's it.
Their right tackle, just a clean win. You've got 3 bodies to the other side, so a lot of eyes going one way on the offensive line, getting a great one-on-one matchup, and a great sack to start the night for the Arizona State defense.
Behind the best offensive line that Kenny Dillingham has had in his 3 seasons. At the mesh point, it's Brown. Scooting through the second level and knocked out above the 40-yard line. Ryan Nolan sent him to the sideline, 22.
Right here on the left side, just watch an easy crease for him. Go ahead and hit play on this one. You're going to see him get loose in a hurry. Just an easy inside zone run.
Big second down and 9 here. ASU laser focused on getting to third and manageable. Off the play fake, QB takes off. A stiff arm on the edge. Barreling down into Texas State territory.
Just a great job on here, keeping the play alive, seeing an opportunity. And like you said, Sam Levitt, one of the better athletes on the field at this position.
He's the lowest, the bottom of your screen. Jackson looking away from him, pressure in his face. Ball's on the deck. Scooped up by an offensive lineman.
His crew heard me hyping up the Texas State size. And so the big fella, Jacob Rich Kangaika, getting his hands up, staying in front of the quarterback. Since he's come over here, remarkable.
Sam Levitt back at the switch. They motion out of the pistol. Play fake. Going vertical. Tyson the target. Oh, a contested catch through 2.
Watch this man go up in traffic. 2 defenders in his way. It doesn't matter. The circus catches, the route running. You're looking at what I believe is the best wide receiver in college football.
Malik Brown takes his turn. Off play action. Levitt's playing Frogger back there. He found Tyson. Airborne. Got it. Outrageous.
We get our first look at it. The throw by Sam Levitt, absurd in its own right, turning back in the air. And then let's see if these feet stay in bounds on the hurdle. In. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Clean, easy. This shouldn't take any time. That is the best wide receiver in college football.
We've heard so much about the influence of Hines Ward, right? Teaching what it takes to succeed here and at the next level. I'm guessing Hines would even tell you, for all of his accolades, he may not have been able to pull that one off.
That is air reserved for very few. And JB, you think about all of the attention this team got down the home stretch of last season. It happened without Jordan Tyson. His injury before their run through the Big 12 title, their all-time great game against Texas in the college football playoff, where Cam Scadaboo was the name that everyone got to know. This year, Jordan Tyson, as you see plenty of green grass between that pink cleat and the white sideline, plenty of people are going to have time to get to know Jordan Tyson this season in some pivotal moments for Arizona State as they get ready for Big 12 play.
A team that thrives on chunk plays. So far, ASU has not surrendered a gain of more than 10 yards. Here's one that could happen in a hurry. Knocked out. A fumble recovered by Miles Rouser. Now on the return, Rouser still on his feet. Shedding Bobcats to the 27-yard line.
It's right here. So at the top of the route, catches, turns upfield, takes a couple of steps. That sure looks like a catch and a fumble.
And the second dazzling play that Abney has made in this opening half in the ASU secondary.
That veteran leadership from a group that last week with Abney, Javen Robinson, the tough time they had with some of the big plays, the response we've seen so far from how fast and physical they've been playing has been incredible.
We asked Kenny Dillingham yesterday, kind of complete the sentence. You'll know your defense is ready for... Hart pulls the tight end there, attached right. Malik Brown in the backfield with his quarterback. Levitt hitched. Now he's in trouble. Oh my goodness. He's got a caravan. 20, 10, and out of bounds with first and goal.
Take a look at 10. Run this one. He looked like he was dead in the water coming out to the right side. Great discipline on the perimeter you see by Texas State on defense, but that spin move, just ridiculous. And then finds plenty of maroon, that wall in front of him, escorting him down.
But from his coaching staff raining confidence down on him and him reflecting it back, he knows he's still the guy. Malik Brown gets skinny through the hole, hops over a tackle, rides the surge inside the 5. They push the pile to Peters.
About thunder and lightning in this backfield. He says, you want thunder? I've got thunder for you. And this is what you coach in the offensive line room.
Now on the sneak. Your guess as good as ours. Touchdown. Levitt's got one through the air. Now a rushing score to expand the Arizona State lead. They feel like tight end and running back are their positions of strength, 4 deep at each. Here comes the rush. Jackson off platform. Knocked down on the edge. Keyshawn Elliott running and hitting in space. Sent Anderson out in motion to lead the way for this swing pass. Brown through an ankle tackle. Now some shoulder contact. Running tough for a first down and 10 yards. They've already run 52 plays. Udo gets his chance. They fake it to him. Set up the tight end screen. Shimon Mateer to the outside for a touchdown. Play of the Bobcats drive. Runs out of time. Brad Jackson is sacked by Clayton Smith. First play of a new drive. And they run it through the left side. Malik Brown gone. Trailing Bobcats behind him. 75 to the house.
Wall of humanity on the left side of the line. Great job getting up to the second level, creating space. But watch here at the end of the run. You saw fired up Kenny Dillingham on the sideline. And I think it's because we almost had a potential Deshaun Jackson territory there where he let go of the football a little bit early. But just a great job again. Your offensive line gets up, and when you've got all those bodies down near the line of scrimmage, if you get one seam with that kind of speed. And it's amazing, all these years later.
Oh no, the ball's down. Disaster for Texas State. It may end right there on 4th and 1. A botched exchange, and ASU takes over.
Fortunately, this one on the mat as Arizona State will take over up 34-9 here in the fourth quarter.